Hello and welcome to Winchester Now, our news programme here on Winchester Radio. I'm Mary Blaxland. Among the stories on this week's show, frustration at the introduction of nighttime parking fees, Winchester prepares to mark Refugee Week, and feeling the heat, why brave fundraisers took on a barefoot firewalk. Winchester Radio. Disappointment has continued to grow this week at news that evening and overnight parking charges are to be introduced in some Winchester City car parks. Among those speaking out is Winchester MP Steve Brine.
I think it's the wrong thing at the wrong time. It wasn't mentioned during the recent election campaign. I think it's the last thing Winchester needs right now. So people coming into Winchester in the evening to go to restaurants, go to the theatre, to meet friends, they may go elsewhere. But also, you pay a big premium to live in the centre of Winchester. And many people come home after 7 at night and leave early in the morning and park free overnight when there's nobody in Tower Street car park. They're not going to be able to do that anymore. I think it's pretty mean, quite frankly.
Council might say, though, they're not getting enough money from central government. They need to get that money from somewhere.
The council wanted to run the council. They're now running it. It's called government. We have to do that in Westminster, and it doesn't stop them carping. So, quite frankly, this is a mean policy, and it will go backwards. And it's the last thing business sees right now. And businesses need to speak up, and the business representatives need to speak up on their behalf as well.
But they need the money at the end of the day.
Oh, there's a huge amount of money in parking. Huge amount of money. This won't raise a lot of money, but it might well act as a deterrent. And you've seen businesses already speaking out, like Myth from Bangkok Brasserie, who's doesn't always speak out, but he's spoken up on this one, and rightly so.
From July, an overnight charge equivalent to 2 hours of the daily rate will apply in the central car parks. Here's what people in the city think of the news.
For the restaurants and things, it's going to be a calamity. It's not fair to penalise the restaurants and cafes that are already struggling, and the pubs struggling enough as it is already, really.
Overnight? That's outrageous. One of the richest counties in the country.
One of the richest cities in the country.
So that's my view. All parking should be free.
That is a shame. I think it will discourage tourism, because I'm a tourist, and it would be better for me if I didn't have to pay to park overnight.
If they need the money, I think that's a valid excuse, Obviously we want to kind of ideally pedestrianise the area and have kind of people use their feet a little bit more, use the park and ride. That's my opinion, really.
In a statement, Council Leader Martin Todd said the approach to parking is about ensuring the city and High Street continues to thrive, while becoming more attractive with better air quality and safer to get around on foot. He added that prices had been frozen at the Park and Walk and Park and Ride car parks, and that free evening and Sunday parking will continue at Chesil Street, River Park, Worthy Lane and the Cattle Market. Meetings will be arranged to discuss any issues with the new charges raised by organisations and businesses inside the central air quality management area. Winchester Radio. Next week is Refugee Week here in Winchester, with a number of special events planned, including a conference at the university and concert at the Ark next Wednesday. And communities will come together for a special performance at Winchester Cathedral next Friday. I spoke to Leslie Sheldon Browning, who's a volunteer with Winchester City of Sanctuary and the charities Southampton and Winchester Visitors Group, which supports refugees and people seeking asylum. So Refugee Week is coming up. How important is it that we remember and recognise this?
Oh, absolutely, because these people are with us now. They've got so much to offer. Yet, unfortunately, a lot of the general public are not aware of the real issues, and that these are people with lots of skills and knowledge to offer. And I think we need to celebrate them as part of our community, and Refugee Week is really pivotal for that.
Tell me about some of the help that you offer.
Okay, so what we do within my SWVG role, we do one-to-one befriending of individuals who are more vulnerable. Recently, within Winchester, as you may know, we have had about 50 gentlemen seeking asylum accommodated in a hotel just outside Winchester, and we've supported them from everything from their clothes to activities to getting solicitors and legal help. So it's been very much full on, and it's been an absolute pleasure to do that.
And you must have got to know them quite well. What's it like for you to be working alongside them?
Wonderful. You gain so much because we don't support them, or we walk with them. My favourite phrase is that we walk with them, but we wear different shoes. And they are just amazing people.
And what do you hope people will take away from Refugee Week?
That these are people like you and me. They are not illegal migrants. They are not statistics. They are people who have not had the opportunities that we have had been born into this country.
And for them, is Winchester Now a home? Do they feel settled here? Do they feel welcomed here? Firstly,
They absolutely feel welcomed here. The Ukrainians are settling here, but obviously they do want to go home. A gentleman seeking asylum have been moved now to London by the Home Office, so they're no longer with us. But whilst they were here, they absolutely love Winchester, and I'm getting daily messages from them saying about the people of Winchester are not so different from the people of London. And to find out more about the events, visit the website winchester.cityofsanctuary.org. And we'll feature more on that special concert at the cathedral in next week's programme. Well, next week also sees Armed Forces Day, and on Monday a parade of Royal Navy personnel will march through the city. The procession will begin at the Great Hall at 10:15 and culminate with the official flag-raising ceremony at the Great Hall. Hampshire is home to 20,000 military personnel, the largest number in any county. Members of the public are invited to come along and watch to show their support for the men and women of the armed forces, past and present.
Now for news in and around Winchester. I'm Steve Walker. Junior doctors at Winchester's Royal Hampshire County Hospital have joined another 72-hour strike. The action by members of the British Medical Association is over pay. The Hampshire and Isle of Wight Integrated Care Board says there may be some disruption to services. It's asking people to only attend A&E in an emergency and to use alternative services such as pharmacies or 111. Hampshire County Council says it will be facing a £132 million gap in its budget by 2026 and warns difficult decisions will have to be made, which could impact the services it provides to local residents. Measures could include cuts to services or introducing extra charges. It could use county council reserves, increase council tax, or change local government arrangements in Hampshire. The authority is asking for views from residents, with a consultation running until the 23rd of July. More information is on the Hampshire County Council website. Firefighters in Hampshire are urging residents to ensure that they install smoke alarms in their homes, as a number of house fires in the county this year has reached nearly 400. The warning comes during Home Fire Safety Week. Also, as the current dry weather continues, the service is also asking people for help in preventing wildfires, with advice such as taking extra care with barbecues and discarded cigarettes. Peter Symonds College has set up a scheme to provide low-cost food for students, staff and families struggling with rising costs. The community pantry has been established with the help of a cost of living grant from Winchester City Council. The grant has been used to buy 2 fridges and shelving, and the scheme aims to support around 1,000 people. And finally, the annual primary school swimming gala in Winchester has marked its 21st birthday. This year saw 23 schools competing at the Winchester Sport and Leisure Park. Around 230 swimmers took part in more than 20 races, including individual and relay events.
The first ever Wellbeing Fayre has taken place in Winchester, with organisers saying it was a success. Around 30 organisations and charities set up stalls at the event at the cathedral grounds to show people the help and support on offer for their mental and physical health. Afterwards, Anna spoke to the organisers.
I'm here with the organisers of today's fabulous Winchester Wellbeing Fayre, very well attended in front of the cathedral. We've got Sean, we've got Bruce, we've got Colette, and I'll just go round. How do you feel it's gone, Sean?
Amazingly well, actually. Yeah, much better than I thought, really. Everybody's turned up, everybody's been really pleasant, it's gone really well. So.
And Bruce?
I think it's been brilliant to see something that we planned perhaps a couple of years ago come to fruition. Just making people, not making them, but inviting them to come and join in with what the stallholders have got. So yeah, I think we're highly delighted. As to whether we might do it next year, we'll have a think about that.
And Colette's here, and Colette, tell us how it's been, because so much work's gone into this, so much love.
Oh, it's been amazing today, honestly. We've had such a great day, and obviously the weather, we were expecting rain, we've got beautiful sunshine. There's been great connections made. Speaking with lots of people, it's been a really good day, so thank you to everybody that's turned out.
Because I think as one of the charities that's here with the three of you, I mean, as well as folks coming and finding out about the therapies and help that's available, I think it's been great for those charities, because a lot of us haven't been able to do this for so long. And Bruce, I know you work with a lot of charities, but it's been great, hasn't it, bringing people together?
Yeah, I think part of it is about collaborating, and it's difficult to collaborate with somebody you don't know. So today has been about networking, about chatting with people that do something similar or do the opposite, and yeah, they've just connected in good ways.
Well, I was just going to finish by saying thank you to you. The three of you have been amazing putting this together. A wonderful event for the city.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for all your support.
Hi, I'm Paul Blitz, and it's time for this week's shout-outs here on Winchester Now. A thank you has been given to everyone who attended the Winchester Sanctuary concert at the Theatre Royal in Winchester last Saturday. Ukrainian singers, dancers and musicians wowed the audience of around 400 people. The concert was free, but a collection at the end of the show raised over £1,500, all to support the work of the Southampton and Winchester Visitors Group. Volunteers at a family support service that runs out of Winchester Prison have been celebrated at a special awards ceremony. Their service, called Invisible Walls, works in the prison's visitor centre and play area, offering kindness and support to children and families to help reduce their anxiety and stress. They also offer a homework club and parenting classes, and they also support prisoners in their transition from jail to release. There are 70 volunteers who help the programme. Now, we heard earlier about the Winchester Wellbeing Fayre. Well, the organisers have asked us to give a big shout out to all the stall holders who attended the event and took time out of their very busy lives to come and support the well-being of Winchester residents, especially in that heat. They've also thanked the cathedral for allowing them to use the cathedral grounds and their sponsors A-Plan. We'd like to add our thanks to the organisers too for their hard work in putting on this event. And finally, the St John's charity has posted a photo of their maintenance man Joe, who faced a job of a very different kind last week outside of their offices. He was spotted helping a group of tiny ducklings across the road when they had veered off course and ended up on the Broadway. He made sure they got back to safety and into the water. Well done there, Joe.
Winchester Radio.
A group of fundraisers have faced their fears by taking on a barefoot fire walk for charity. The event was organised by Winchester Rotary to raise funds for Trinity Winchester Women's Services. I went along to see how they got on. A party atmosphere with music to match the occasion. Songs including Feeling Hot, Great Balls of Fire and Feel the Heat, building up the tension ahead of the big moment. How are you feeling about doing this?
I'm terrified. But I'm going to do it anyway. Everything made it sound very safe and very possible and very low risk. But until you actually do it, it's hard to be sure, isn't it?
Are you thinking now, why have I signed up for this?
Yes, I've been thinking that all day. But considering we're going to raise between £3,000 and £4,000 for charity, it'll be worth it.
How are you feeling about it?
I'm excited and nervous all at the same time.
Before the fire walk, all the fearless fundraisers received an hour's training from expert and Guinness World Record holder Scott Bell, who gave them the techniques to take on this mission. Then the moment came for the 15-foot walk in front of friends, supporters and people passing Trinity Winchester who stopped to watch. What was it like?
It was actually really amazing.
It was really good. So much fun. Yeah, it's great.
I could feel the heat, but it just didn't seem to affect my feet at all. It's very psychological, I think. But I'd recommend it. It's a good way of raising money.
How was it?
It was actually quite scary doing it because it felt really hot, and so I just like keep moving. Remember what you said, just keep going, and then try and wipe your feet at the end. So at the end, I just felt really proud that I've actually walked over it.
Yeah, like you say, it must be so good to feel I've done it. Well done.
Thank you.
The event was organised to raise money for the charities One Small Thing and Hope Street project, which work with women and children who've experienced domestic abuse. Here's Kirsty Boot from Trinity Winchester.
We support them with counselling and wellbeing cafes, as well as many other services to kind of help them through that process.
And how important is it? How badly needed is that service?
Oh, and massively. I mean, we're getting people coming in all the time. A lot of it is word of mouth. It's quite a hard subject, quite a taboo subject, so we often find that people that do need the services take a while to access them, but there is always that demand. So, yeah, we are constantly busy.
And how much do events like this help you to provide that service?
These events massively help us with raising the funds that we need to. We need to raise £750,000 a year to keep our services running. So small events like this really do, bring in the funds that we need, but also they build our brand and create the awareness about our services and what we are doing this for.
And very brave, all these people to do it, yourself included.
Thank you, yes, we have. I mean, it wouldn't be called a challenge event without it being difficult. We've done very well between us all. I think we had like camaraderie, we supported each other and we were confident going in. So yeah, we've done very well.
Hello, I'm Deborah McCartney and I'm the President of Winchester Rotary.
So firstly, why would you and all these people walk across hot fire like this?
I know, isn't it crazy? We were trying to find ways to capture people's attention. It is a challenge trying to raise money these days, and we wanted to try and embrace a wide range of people, age-wise. And this seemed to be the ideal challenge.
It's a great atmosphere, isn't it, out there?
Absolutely fantastic atmosphere, and everyone now, as well as donating, everyone has a sense of achievement as well. They're buzzing, they're networking. It's fantastic.
And what was it about those two charities in particular that resonated with you?
Because the focus was on domestic abuse. I really wanted to hone in on that and look at what support there is for women and children who live with this day to day. So it was really very close to my heart, and this was a great opportunity for me this year to focus on it.
And you must feel proud of yourself and all the team for doing this.
I know, I just, my wildest dreams didn't think I would be brave enough, but we have all achieved it, which is great teamwork, great team building activity.
The evening raised more than £3,000 and created a moment never to be forgotten. Well done to all those involved. That's all for this week. Many thanks for listening.